required by the rules of evidence.
May I respond, Your Honor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Your Honor, at this point, the witness has already qualified his investigation under Rule 702. Counsel's objection goes more towards weight than admissibility. She's welcome to cross-examine him on any formulas he used.
Your Honor, may I respond? This goes to admissibility. This is a 104A question of admissibility. In this case, we're not contesting that Officer Foster isn't educated or isn't experienced. What we're saying is that the formula he used is not reliable. It fails to meet the fitness test for the facts of this case.
If you'd like to try to voir dire the witness, I'll let you have a moment to do that.
Yes, Your Honor. Officer Foster, would you go ahead and take your seat for me?
Certainly.
Now, one of the things that you did in this case was to determine how fast the car was going when it exited the roadway right here.
That's correct.
And in order to do that, you figured out how fast it was going when it hit the tree and the pole, correct?
Basically, to simplify it, absolutely. That's one of the methods that we used when determining how fast it was going.
Right. You needed to know how hard it hit that tree, how big of a dent it made in the front of the car, and that's one of the things you used to calculate how fast it was going at the beginning.
That's correct.
So to be fair, if this calculation was off, the original calculation would be off as well.
The calculations of what? I guess I
Sorry,
don't understand.
No, I'll go ahead and
tree.
clear that up. If your calculations were wrong about how fast it was going when it hit that tree, how big of a dent it made, then this original calculation would be off as well, correct?
Theoretically, but I mean, we had measurements on the dents on the side of the car and the front of the car. I don't see how we would make exactly a mistake.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about those dents. Now, like you said, those dents tell you how fast the car was going, how much energy it had when it hit that object, correct?
Basically, yes.
So your formula tells us that crush depth is important, how far into it hits, right?
Absolutely. That's how we know how fast it was going when it hit the tree or the utility pole.
And the other two parts of your formula, well, they're constants. They stay the same.
That's correct.
So the only thing that changes is that crush depth, right?
That's correct, yes.
So your formula would tell you if you had a Hummer and an Impala, if they both had 6 inches of crush depth on the front, it would give you the same speed for both vehicles, correct?
Theoretically, absolutely.
Your Honor, this concludes my voir dire. I've shown that Officer Foster's calculations are unreliable. This formula would give us the exact same speed for a Hummer versus an Impala. Two very different vehicles, different weights, made of different metals, different compositions. This formula is unreliable and doesn't fit the facts of this case.
May I respond to that, Your Honor? Your Honor, counsel has shown that it is the defense's opinion that this formula is unreliable. The jury should be allowed to hear this testimony and make their own determination.
I agree. I think that's more a question of the weight, and you certainly made some points as to the validity of it. However, as far as whether or not in his expert capacity, this is a generally relied upon method of determining this, I didn't see anything to challenge that. So, assuming that's the end of your voir dire,
Yes, Your
you
Honor.
may pick back up when you